Another difference we have here is the inset. So we have here a little bit of a border. It's going more inside. So we have just to do that too, but I'm going to copy. So let me see if this is working. I'm going to duplicate the whole thing in here. I'm going to put them back. I'm going to scale it -1 on the y-axis. And if I go like that, you see we have here some kind of reference now. So let me see, I'm going to make that active, that point, and now we can go in here. All right, it's looking good. So I'm going to just delete the face so we see what's going on. And the only thing we have to do is now to close the whole thing here. So I'm going to, let me see. I'm going to delete all the things we don't need. So up here we need maybe a loop cut going on. But I don't want to go all the way through here. Or maybe going to just that. Alright, up here I think we are good. Here we are close. That's perfect. Here we are closed. Perfect. Here is closed. Alright, that point has to be on the back side. That one has to be a little bit back. So we can close that too. And now we have just to close the side down here. Going to delete this face and we can close that. But as you can see here, we have a floating point. So it's going to be in here. Let's see. That's going down here. So we have to just go a little bit more of the cut. But yeah, let's do that first. I'm going to just activate the K and the A, so the angle constraint. So we're cutting only on one side. Now can just deactivate that, go to this point, so we have this cut here and not on the other side. That's important. And we have just to close that area, so we can maybe just drag them down. That we're good here. I'm going to select all, recalculate outside, and we are good here. So we have the same thing now going on this side. That's good. All right, so we have to make now the back side here. So to make the back side, we have to go, I think, a little bit more inside. So as you can see here, this area, so this area here would be this area. So it's going a little bit inside. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, I think it's better if we're just going to delete 1/2 for now. So we can just copy the rest of it on the other side. So we can just, so we are right away the same spacing on both sides. So I'm going to delete 1/2, add a mirror modifier on the y-axis. So we have the same thing going on. The only thing we are going to change is just adding on the front the ring with glyphs here. And on the back side, we're going to add a ring that's not movable with some detail. That is, yeah, that's better. But the spacing is on both sides. So I'm going to just apply that because we're going to go a little bit more down here. So let's go back in the back side. So we have to do the same cut now as earlier. So activate the K tool, the A option, angle constraint, and just go up here. So we have this cut back. All right. Now, let's see. With this cut, you see we haven't here any border going on. So this bevel here would be, let me see. This bevel here would be dead, and down here, I think we haven't going on any border. But yeah, we have to select that and just extrude it on that face here. and we're good. So I'm going to hide that so I can delete the interface here. And yeah, we're good for that side. Alright, so let's do now this side down here. So to do that, we can do that in, let's see how we can do that. I'm going to select the whole part here. Maybe we can just copy and rotate it in a thing. We can just use it. So I'm going to put that down here for now. And we need that on the other way. So I'm going to scale it on the Z-axis by -1. And now we need to match the rotation. So that would be the trickiest part for now. So I'm going to activate a point up here. And with this point, I'm going to be right on the spot on this point here. That's the best way we can do that. So we're going up here, and the thing we need to activate is the option active element, and now we can just rotate it right away down. So we are perfect online. All right. So I'm going to put that on the side here. And now we can just go. So let me see, we have to delete this half here. So let's see, I'm going to select that. And the whole thing here. Perfect. A little bit too much, I think. So we have to delete only. No, we're perfect. Select the thing back. So select the thing here, the object, and now we can just drag it on point. Select all by distance, select all again, recalculate outside, and you have the same thing on this side here. So we have to decide if we just want the area here to be maybe sharp, like that, or to be flat. So the thing for that is just we have this this detail here up here going on. So it's a detail that it's not really visible. So it's just for you if you just want that as sharp or not. All right. So we have our front, we have our back so far, and now we can do maybe some kind of the rest of the ring. So for the rest of the ring, it's important that your point is right in the middle, your pivot point. And with that, you can go to add an array modifier. So we need 9 segments. So this is 1 segment, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to add 9 segments. And you see the segment it's going really in a way we don't want that. So we are going to deactivate the relative offset, and we are going to activate the object offset. With the object offset, you have an option that you can use an object to rotate with. So we need, first of all, an empty. So add an empty, go to, where is it? Empty, plane axis. And as you can see here, we have here a plane axis now. That's good. And you can go back to the modifier, add with this eyedropper tool the empty you created. So let's see, like that. Okay, I can't really. Why I can't just. Okay, we are we are in this reference collection, so we have to be on the Sheen collection. All right, so now we can select the empty. And we can select with the eyedropper tool the empty. Alright, if you go now into the front view and you rotate this empty, you see we are rotating perfectly our ring here. So we have to be, I think, a rotation of 30. Let's see if we're just closing that perfectly. So rotate 40. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's enough. Yep, 40 is perfect. So scale them maybe a little bit more. So we are perfectly online, like that. All right. And here you have your ring. So I'm not going to apply this for now, because we have to do maybe some kind of detailing more. Alright, I don't really like this area here, so for now I'm going to add maybe some kind of mark sharp. Alright, good. Next thing, I'm going to just deactivate the array modifier so we can delete the faces in here. We don't really need them. And down here the same thing. Alright guys, so what's going on next? Maybe we are going to just add some kind of detail. So this part up here, we are going to make it later on. We're going to, let's see, maybe to add some kind of detail for now in the inner ring. Alright, let's do some kind of detailing in the inner ring. So the thing in here is that it's just a little bit of a detail going on. So I'm going to steal this face here. So with this face, I'm just going to scale it on the y-axis a little bit. So we have this border on both sides, but I think we have just to stay right in the middle. Maybe it's better. So I'm going back to medium point, and now I can scale it. Alright, so with that, I'm going just to separate it by selection. So we have a known selection of that. I'm going to, no, we need the array modifier, but I'm going to scale that down. Just a little bit, not too much. And now you can decide what you just want to make in here. So I'm going to delete this edge loop. I'm going to insert it. And with that, I'm going just to extrude it inside. So we have this type of this kind of box here, and with this box I'm going just to place the cursor to select it, so we can add in here let's see, a cylinder, maybe 64 vertices, and we're going to rotate it, scale it, going to scale it on the x-axis a little bit bigger. I'm going to extrude it, so like that. And now we can take this face here. Okay, we are extruded in the wrong way. So I'm going to just delete 1/2 so we can work with a modifier, with the mirror modifier, and just make 1/2. So I'm going to extrude that side, and now just extrude like that. Make some kind of shape you like to. And now we have to just match this in here. Alright, so I'm going to just add a new collection. I'm going to call this high, so we don't have this problem every time with the reference here. So this one I'm going to put into the empty collection. It's good. And with that, just shade it smooth, auto smooth on. And we're good so far. So make as much detail you want to, but I think that's good for now. I'm going to back in the edit mode, in the object mode, rotate it in the right way, put it in here. This detail is going to be baked in marmoset, so you don't have to keep that. We can make it high poly as we want to. So I'm going with the normal a little bit more down, so we can add a little bit more of the detail, but we don't have to be too much down here. Alright, so I can take the whole thing here now again and just go a little bit more outside. Alright, so I want to add some other details, so I'm going to add a cube here, and with that just scale it on the y-axis, rotate it in the right way. So let's see, I think we are in a good rotation here. Alright, I'm going to put them here, one side. I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to put on the other side another one. Alright, so next I'm going just with that in here, and with the other side we're going in here. So you have this kind of detail here. Alright, so I'm going back into the global, and now you can select all, but first we have to just apply the mirror modifier on that one, and you can select all, join them, and you have your detail, inner ring detail in here. So I'm going to call this no. Alright, so we have to do the same thing. So first of all, I'm going to call this empty outer ring empty. Alright, we are going to add another empty, so cursor to word origin, add empty, plain access. I'm going to call this inner ring detail empty. Move that in the right collection. Empty. Select the detail, and with the detail we have just to change the object. We don't need the outer ring empty, we need the inner ring empty. And with the inner ring empty, you can now rotate them like that. So we have to match the counts. So let's see. I'm going for now deactivate that one, so we know which how much we need of that of the counts here. And I think we are going to perfectly close that. Okay, let's see. We are here right on the point. That's a little bit too much. So let's rotate that on the 3D cursor. Just a little bit. So we have a little bit of a spacing here. And down here we need the same spacing. So I'm going to select the inner ring detail, and we can just rotate it like that. Alright, I'm going to reactivate now the rest of the ring, and we need to copy the whole thing. So we can just add maybe, so let's just go up with the counts. Alright, we have to close that right in here, and you see we have some type of a spacing in here. That's a little bit too much, so rotate the ring with the ring a little bit more. Alright, you see we have here, okay, we have here a little bit of a problem, so we have to rotate it a little bit more, so we have the spacing between the things here, so we have to go down with the counts. Let's see if that's enough. I think that's good. So let's see, rotate again. Alright, we have our detail now in here, perfect. I'm going to deactivate the empty, we don't need that. Good, what we are going to make next? Let's see, maybe if we something cool. Let's do something cool. Let's do this detail in here. This detailing in here. So go on the back side, and with that we have just to copy the ring here. So let's see, I'm going to select the whole thing here. We need the whole ring, but we have here some kind of a problem, I see. So maybe we aren't really closing. Yep, we aren't really closing here. That's strange. So we have to go down with that. Alright, that's a problem that we can just adjust later on. So it's kind of readjusting of that whole thing here, but we can do that later on, so for now just delete the necessary faces and we're good. Yeah, we have just a problem here, so adjust it quickly. So take the whole thing here, and the only thing I'm just going to do is to go a little bit down, but as you can see, if I'm going down, we are going to destroy here this kind of area. So let's see if we maybe just go with the whole thing here. Yeah, we have to find some kind of cool area or maybe just activate the point up here, go to active element and just rotate it on that side, and that's fairly enough if you do that. And we have just closed it. Alright, the ring is good. And in here we have the same perfect ring. Alright, good. Let's see. Maybe we are going to add the front ring here. So maybe we're going to select the front ring because on the back side we have this kind of problem going on. So just duplicate that. Go to the back side and scale it on the y-axis -1. So we have just we have mirrored it, put it maybe in here, and extrude that outside. Maybe it's cool if it's popping a little bit more. So maybe like that. This side up here and down here is going to be beveled, as you can see here. And this side is going to be deleted, so let's do bevel that. So first of all we have to make a norm separation of it, so recalculate the normal, and we are good. I'm going to hide the main ring for now, because we have here some kind of error going on, so just delete that. Alright, we are back in business. And now we can delete, oh, we have here the same thing. Alright, so we can now delete the things in here, but as you can see we are a little bit off with the main here. So maybe we are going to adjust that. So take the whole loop cut here and the ring down here. Let's see if we can do that without destroying the whole thing. So maybe just on this spot here. With this I'm going to be on the point here, and with that we have to be on this point here, but it's a little bit difficult to match that, so we're going to match that manually. Alright, I'm going to unhide the ring, and as you can see now the ring is a little bit off, so I think we can just scale it on the side here, so make sure that's in the middle, the pivot point, and just select the upper half, go to 3D cursor, and now you can scale it as you can see here. So let's scale it fairly to this point. Right, now we need the exact cut here, so I'm going to steal some faces in here, so just steal the whole area here, same down here, duplicate that, make a known separation of it, apply all the modifiers you have on it, go into edit mode, extrude them like that. So we have to recalculate the normals outside, so we are sure that's good. Right, I think we have some face going on here, or we aren't really closed. Yeah, we have some face going on here. So just delete the inner face. So we haven't any shading issue going on, but we have a shading issue, so oh, maybe we aren't really closed. No, yeah, now we are closed. Perfect. So I'm going to just delete all the faces in here. Alright, we are going to take the back side, so we go all the way back. So we are sure that we are cutting in the right way. I'm going to unhide the ring. And in the ring here, we're going to add another modifier, the Boolean modifier. And we're going to select this object here we just created. But you see, it's just going away. So that's because, alright, because we have here some kind of problem going on. Maybe if we scale it a little bit in or out. Alright, let's do another thing. Let's try another thing. I think that's because of our modifier stack here. Maybe if we're going with the Boolean on top. Yes. If you go with the Boolean on top, it's better. So we have the right thing here. Apply the Boolean modifier, delete this object we don't need anymore, and you have your cut in here. That's perfect. That's what we want. All right, we can just select now our borders here and bevel them. But I just want to go a little bit more outside with this detail. Like that, and now we can bevel it, so maybe like that, but we are a little bit too much outside now, so let's go back in. Alright, so I go a little bit back with this area, we are too much outside, so maybe like that. I'm going to delete this whole loop cut. No, not the whole loop cut, just to a point. So maybe to this point here. So delete it. Put that here. Good so far. So you see we have some kind of a shading issue going on here. That's caused of the array modifier, because we aren't perfectly on the point here. As you can see, we aren't perfectly, but that's a kind of detail that we are going to fix later on. So for now we are going to make this area now here. So we have this area, that's perfect. We have now our ring. With the ring, I'm going just to hide the rest, so we can work only on that. We have to work only with this side here, that's perfect. So for now I'm going to add this kind of detail. So I'm going to put here a loop cut, here, and this one is perfect, you can take it, and one here. So same thing down here. So every time in the middle of this detail here. If you're just sliding some edge here, don't exaggerate with sliding, because you're destroying your curvature, and we don't really want that, so be careful with that. So we can just select now this detail here. Oh, we just forgot one, and bevel them out. We have this kind of detail now. In this here, you see we have some kind of inset maybe. So let's try it. If we just insert one, yeah, it's not really that what we want. So maybe if we add a loop cut, if we add a loop cut up here to this point, it's going all the way through, that's perfect, and one down here. But you see we aren't really going all the way. So let's see, we are here. Okay, let's just adjust the main object another time a little bit. So I'm going to scale that a little bit down. So we are right here. All right. Now we can take the part here and scale that on the right place. Now